And if you're joining us right now, it's all about KTN Tokyo 2020. Let's have that conversation on our social media platforms at Moses Wahisi at KTN News KE. And at the same time, remember to use the hashtag, which is KTN Tokyo 2020. I know in the happenings of Tokyo under this particular time, the Kenyans are being eliminated left, right and center. Not the best of news, because a lot of people have questioned the preparation that this side has. Others have questioned what knock leadership has been able to bring to the team to make this team be. But when you hear a player question the coach and say, maybe we've lost this tie because we have a Brazilian coach, then you need to wonder and say, hey, is that team actually in order? I'm talking about the volleyball team. Yesterday they played their final game, and in their final game it was against Brazil. And one person who was speaking to Rotunu Konyike is Washu. And for us, she said, Brazil never beats us this heavy. We have been hammered, and I think it is because we have a Brazilian coach. Rotunu Konyike, what exactly transpired after that said tie?
Malkia striker's time at the Tokyo Olympics has come to an end after a 3-set loss to Brazil. For some, it was a happy moment, but for some, a lot more could have been done.
For me, I think the Brazilian team played well because we have Brazilian coaches. That's what I think. But previous matches, we've played better than this. We've been playing Brazil for a long time. We've never played this, like 8. No, this is for the first time. So I don't think it's a good performance.
It has been fun. It has been nice playing against Brazil. Juu wao ni champions, and it's a good thing tunacheza nao leo, so tumeenjoy game hata kama imekuwa ngumu, but ni experience sport tumefanya leo.
Naweza sema game ijakuwa mbaya. Tangu tuanze kuna place tumefika tujaifika, like okay, naweza sema I personally we have really tried. Juu nikikumbuka World Cup, like scores zenye tulikuwa nayo tulikuwa tunafika 10, it was like 9, 7, 8 because the same teams zenye tumecheza nazo. So I think coming of Brazilian coaches and also our local coaches, it has really helped us because walikuja na facilities, like tulikuwa tunatrain kama Brazilian, vile Brazil wana train.
So I know a very, very vital point, kind of a mixed reaction coming from the team, but I was able to pick out what Washu said, and for me that will be my end point. And you've heard what she's also said. What is your general assessment just by assessing that statement on a playing field?
Well, I think first and foremost we have got to congratulate the Malkias, for the performance that they have shown. However, personally as an athlete, I do not see the rationale behind, having a coach, from another country. Are we saying that, we are lacking very good coaches here? We have someone like Pitok who was even coach in Rwanda. So when it comes to preparation for World Championships or the Olympics, that's something that is going on. We should have our own, and especially in terms of mental preparation, because the coach plays a very important role in terms of mental preparation for these athletes, because sometimes I do not understand how a Brazilian team that knows very well that these people that I'm preparing are going to meet with my country. Mm-hmm. Remember that Olympics is not a World Championships. It's all about the country. You would like to have as many medals as possible. And that is why we should have maybe at certain point of coaching, let's say during the preparation, but then we should have a national coach, people who are patriotistic about their country, people who will agree to say, you know what, this is how we are supposed to play. And that is why, most of the coaches, if you look at the Kenyan team, let's say, for example, athletics, there is no way that we allow our individual coaches. For me, when I was running, I had an Italian coach, but his preparation ends at the time that I come to do the trials. From the trials, it is all about the national coaches, people who understand that whatever is going to happen out there is for the country.
Yes, for the country. Now, Matthew, let me bring you in, and I will squarely focus on the 3,000 meters race that we lost yesterday. I know you had predicted and you had said that the best that Kenyans will be able to get in that race was going to be a bronze, and yes, it was a bronze. In your assessment, what are we not doing good? Because we have been beaten in a race that was known to be a Kenyan affair.
I think there's a lot, Waisi, to be done. Now it's like what Bungay said. We need to go back to the basics, from the basics. I'm saying so because, like what Kigen was saying, he was bringing out a petty resource that he didn't have the proper lapping. Proper lapping how? And he knew 3 months ago that he was preparing, or even 1 year ago that he was preparing for the Olympics. And once after the selection, he knew the weakness. Why he didn't work on it. He didn't even tell the coaches that, even the coaches themselves. I thought, why is it that now that I'm a coach in Kasarani now, I'm preparing a team. I'm not doing a general training. I'm supposed to prepare a specific, a specific athlete on a specific weaknesses, on a specific areas, and on a specific handling of an opponent like Al-Kalali. Al-Kalali, during our trainings in Kasarani, we should be knowing that Al-Kalali strikes at the last end. You saw he ran a very perfect race. He didn't stay in front. He was just in the middle. All those things. I think there's a lot of gaps, Waisi. We need to do a lot of things. As I pointed out the issue of lifestyle, issue of discipline in the camps. I brought out the issue of even the coaches themselves. They should be an athlete, and the coach and the managers. We should have a common agenda. Like if it is a gold, it is the gold. It is not an open mind that we are going to Olympics, whatever we get. Now that in 800 women, we are not there. 1,500 is not so bad. Mm-hmm. When you look at 5,000, in my view, I don't see anything there. For sure, those are the things we should have discussed. Those are the things the coaches should have come up with. Mm-hmm. Preparation. I want to point out in single word that preparation was not that well.
You're saying preparation was not that well, but when we talk about preparation, Bungay, I'll take you to what is happening, for instance, at the schools. The curriculum at this particular time, we know the normal days that cross-country, for instance, is run is March. But in the schools nowadays, the cross-country has been taken to June. These are some little things that will eventually have an effect. And I remember September 3rd, 2020, Jonathan Komen, our colleague, said that we are killing steeplechase because at the same time, we don't have a pool of athletes at this particular time where we can say if it is not athlete A, it is B, C, and D. We have options. Now we were just saying if it's not Abraham, we don't know if we'll get a medal, but at least we got a medal from Kigem.
Well, I think, Moses, what is worrying so many sport lovers, and especially those who love athletics, is a situation whereby if you look at these championships, the kind of athletes who are performing well are those who are experienced. And you wonder that, when their time goes, what exactly is going to happen? Because most important thing is we should have a mixed. As much as in this team, we have a mix of athletes, both young and old, but then the young ones, aren't showing the kind of performance that we should be looking at and having a hopeful future. Mm-hmm. That is what I would like to see. Again, when you point out school curriculum, sometimes I wish that those people who are making decisions out there, they should look at their world calendar. They should not be thinking about locally, that these are athletes who are going to just compete. For example, most of the Kenyan athletes, including myself and Matthew, we ran in primary school, we ran in secondary school. That is how we were able to transition to junior championships and to seniors, because the program is in a way that makes you ready for the whatever championships that is going on in the country. And that is why, sometimes people just wake up and make decisions and say, hey, you know what, we are going to have this competition at this period, and that's not going to be very good for them.
And I was laughing when I saw the curriculum and the change in the sporting calendar, and yes, I know eventually it will affect the country, and maybe we've started to see that. But let's talk about 5,000 meters, and for 5,000 meters, the ladies, I know, we are waiting to see if Helen Osando-Biri will be able to get her first Olympic gold medal. It never was because of Sifan Hassan.
Well, I think I was one person that I say that there is gold in 5,000 women, or at least even 10,000 because of Opiri, very experienced athlete, very good kicker. There is something that I noticed, and especially during the semis, because theirs was semis and then the finals. One thing that she did was to allow Hassan, to give a huge gap during the final home stretch. What you're supposed to do is to show your opponent that you are also on top form. Therefore, in terms of what Matthew said, mental preparation, you are able to show your opponents that you are ready. But if you look at the gap that she was given, she gave Hassan a lot of confidence. And now it even gives me a lot of worries that she's going to be running 1,500 meters and going to 10,000. Remember, if she's going to win the 1,500 meters, I can assure you she will win again 10,000.
Matthew, what's your take? Because for Sifan Hassan, she's quite comfortable in her running. She wants to get that medal, and she's saying that it needs to be gold. But Helen Osando-Obiri, do you think or believe she will have what it takes maybe to get that gold medal at the 10,000 meters?
No. Before I talk about 10,000, let me discuss something about 1,500. I was starting Monaco Diamond League. If the coaches prepare Kipyegon well, if she goes in front, Sifa Hassan will win that gold. But if the race is high, if the speed is high, and Sifa Hassan is in front, definitely will win that. Kipyegon will win. Those I've been studying that. If Hassan is behind, like yesterday in the 5,000, she ran from behind, and she's totally confident that she's going to win the three events. When it comes to you asking about the 10,000, hello?
Yes. What do you think? Will Obiri be able to win it at the 10,000?
So far, I'm happy with what Obiri did. In 5,000 silver is okay. Because Sifa Hassan is super. For now, she's enjoying the highest performance. For 10,000, it's an open event. But though Obiri stand a chance of winning, but you see, for now, Sifa Hassan, she knows that she can beat Obiri. So Sifa Hassan stand a chance also.
Well, what do you think?
Well, I think one thing that we need to, and just as Matthew said, we have got to give credit to Helen Obiri. For one reason, she's not going to run 1,500. I hope that and wish that she will remember that this Sifa Hassan already is going to run 1,500 meters, and therefore by the time that she's running the 10,000, she would most likely be tired. For her, she has a lot of nerve rest. I hope that she will be able to do what is necessary for her to be ready for the 10,000. We have a big chance because the biggest competitor for her is Hassan.
Very quickly, because of time, let's just listen in what Simiyu for the men's 5,000 meters has to say, because for him, he's preparing for a race and he believes that the Kenyans have an opportunity and maybe a chance to be able to bag a medal on that front.
Mazoezi si mbaya, although joto ni mingi sana, sijawahi, I have never come across the way the temperatures are here. Ni joto sana, lakini tunashukuru Mungu tulifika salama. Wacha niseme 2019 kukosa World Championship haikuwa rahisi, but I forgot it and let it go. Sai I'm lucky to come to Olympic for 5,000. Nitafanya bidii yangu yote, nitajitolea. I will work hard, extremely hard, at least to achieve something. Yes, I know it's not easy, but tukiwa na Mungu atatusaidia.
Tukiwa na Mungu anaweza tusaidia, because we are there and we are optimistic. God will always come to our aid, and we hope we will be able to get that medal. Will it happen as we almost come to a conclusion?
Well, Moses, I'm so happy, to hear Simo talking like that, because we have got to be optimistic. However much you may go to a championships, you see the kind of performance that we have as a country, but you are very optimistic. It's very important for every athlete to be optimist, to have hope, and at least, to have the confidence that still, despite the fact that of all the things that is happening, we are still going to make it.
Nicholas Masai, Kimeli Nicholas and Masai Samuel, and also Daniel Simiyu will be doing duty for the country. Matthew Birir, do you expect these three to go to the next round?
In the 5,000?
Yes.
Like what Kungai said, this runner should not run somebody's race. If the race is slow, they need to pick it up and go. Once the gun is on, is gone, they need to know that it is between life and death. Because in the first rounds is as important as the final. They need to run knowing that everybody wants to win that gold medal. So in the rounds, they need to run their race. They don't have to wait for anybody.
Thank you very much. That is Matthew Birir, 1992 Olympic gold medalist at the 3,000 meters steeplechase. Will we win it as we conclude?
Well, I think we have a very big chance. You know, I think we can turn the tables upside down and prove that we are Kenyans and we are still the champions.
Wilfred Bungei, 2008 gold medalist at the 800 meters. I know the gentlemen, again, they will be with us tomorrow as we will be looking at what exactly would have happened at the 5,000 meters. But also remember, tomorrow we have the 800 meters finals. At the same time, we're going to hear from David Rudisha whether he's going to run again or not. I know already, if you watched KTN yesterday, we had him say that he is optimistic that he will come back. But also, the tactician is saying, you've already done duty for this country, so move on, move on, move on. My name is Moses Wahisi. On behalf of everybody who's made this be, we wish you a lovely afternoon and always keep it KTN News.
In over 60 years of dealing with numbers, we've learned that the numbers that matter the most to you are the ones that matter the most to us. NCBA Bank. Go for it.